Hey now! What is up, everybody? My name is Mike Brown, aka Review King MB, and holy shit, this Daredevil Born Again Season 1 finale was wild. It was incredible.
That is a badass Spider-Man design.
I fucking loved it. Let's jump right into it. First, I want to talk about Bullseye breaking out in episode 8 because I didn't review episode 8, but that was great. And I know some people have their maybe mixed feelings on the season as far as the middle portion of it and how things ramped up and maybe got better by episode 8. I've enjoyed the whole season, but I do admit that the first episode and then episodes 8 and 9, there was definitely a shift. There was definitely just a level of energy that was brought into the show for those episodes. And Bullseye breaking out, I think, just his inclusion in the story in general, Bullseye, I think added a lot to the show. And not only him breaking out and him attempting to shoot Fisk, the fact that Matt saved Fisk, I thought it was Matt protecting Heather because Heather was right there. But when Frank Punisher asked Daredevil Matt why did he take that bullet for Kingpin, he didn't deny that that's what he did. He just didn't seem to have a great answer. So here we actually see the scene of Vanessa hiring Bullseye to kill Foggy because Foggy was covering this case that was eventually going to uncover what Vanessa and eventually now Fisk is doing, how they're going to set up their own personal, somehow legal crime joint in Red Hook that's like separate from New York, and it's just this whole crazy situation. That's why Foggy got killed. It wasn't for revenge. It wasn't to settle the score with Matt like we all thought. No, this was very, very deep. This ran super low key. Now, I know a lot of people think that Foggy is actually alive, that somehow he faked his death, or somehow, some way. I know that's what happens in the comics, and I know Vanessa's involvement in kind of being the reason for everything is in line with Foggy faking his death in the comics, but I just don't see them doing it. I think they are obviously borrowing elements from this story and from the Daredevil Born Again story, but I think they're changing a lot. And also, Matt heard Foggy breathe his last breath or his heartbeat, his last heartbeat. I don't know how you write around that or fake that. I mean, they could, but I'm going to go with Foggy's dead until I see otherwise, until they want to do some crazy reveal in the next season. I'm going to go with Foggy is dead. Now, Fisk has this new almost act, this new law that he's putting into place for New York called like the Safe Streets Act, something like that, where he's making vigilantism illegal. Yeah, he's putting a curfew at 9 p.m. or 8 p.m., something crazy. And he has his task force, which is a lot bigger than I think anyone realized. There's way too many people a part of this force, and I don't know. I'm sitting here wondering, where the fuck is Spider-Man? Now, I know logically, like legally, Sony is being assholes and they're not letting Spider-Man come out and play. But you know Spider-Man should fucking be here. You know that he should have a reaction. He should have some sort of opinion or something over the mayor of New York, the same fucking city that he's in. How are we going to have a Spider-Man movie in 2026 and just ignore all of this? I mean, they're going to do it, but it just sucks. It sucks. I know Spider-Man's a big character. He's a big movie character. But I think it would be a goddamn treat for the fans if they just let Spider-Man come out and play. And the scene when Fisk, in front of all of those cops, front of everyone, kills Commissioner Gallo. That was fucking nuts. That was wild. And not just because he did it in front of everybody to basically show the power he has and how he's able to do whatever the fuck he wants, but the sheer violence of it, the sheer graphicness of it. I can't believe this show on Disney Plus went that fucking hard. I know we all talk about in the Netflix season 1 when Kingpin was first introduced and he decapitated that Russian mob guy's head off with that car door. Like, that was shocking and it was memorable and it was like, oh shit, we're going hard here. We somehow topped it, folks. I remember when the showrunner, I think at the beginning of this, mentioned that they did something that would top the previous Netflix stuff, and I thought that was too much to sort of throw out there. I was like, all right, come on, guy, don't make me have to shit on your show because you're throwing out some high expectations. No, they fucking delivered. Just Fisk ripping his jaw apart with his bare hands, squeezing his head in. Fucking hell, man. Punisher coming in to help Matt was awesome as shit. I am so glad that not only are we seeing John Bernthal back in this role, it wasn't just the one scene that he had in, I think, episode 4. He was back in action. He was killing dudes left and right, and I love the dynamic. They somehow kept the dynamic of, even though Frank was there to help Red, he can't help himself. He has to kill them. And Matt did not like him killing him. They were even arguing in the middle of fighting of the fact that Matt didn't want Frank killing people. And when Frank mentioned that he got a phone call from someone and that's why he was there, and then you see Karen Page arrive, it was great to see Karen Page back, Deborah Ann Wool. This season has not quite been the same without her and even Foggy. But at least her character can actually come back. And she is back. And it seems like hopefully she is back for good. And you get a great moment of not only her and Matt still having that chemistry, still having that thing about them, that love that will probably always be there. I was nervous over the way she was written out of the show in the first episode and just how cold she came across to Matt. It felt like the deterioration of everything that I knew and loved. But her being back, it felt whole again. It felt like we were back where we needed to be. And even them hinting at Karen and Frank, their flirtatious whatever the hell they have that we saw in the Punisher show, I kind of like that they had that here. And I also like that Matt seemed jealous. That was all great. The previous scene when Karen came up in her car and Matt Daredevil said he had shotgun. he wanted to make sure he sat next to Karen in the car. That was hilarious. You get this moment when Frank hears on the cop radio that where they're going to be, where their hideout is, where they're setting up shop. And so he decides to fucking go there by himself. What the fuck? Why? 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 He goes there, he kills a bunch of these cops, and it's brutal, it's rough. But then when you see him surrounded, when you see that there's like dozens of these cops, and I'm like, well, how the fuck is he going to get out of this? And sure, he's killing a few left and right. He even threw like an axe at some woman's head. But they knocked him down and they beat the fuck out of him. And I'm like, there was even a split second where I was like, are they going to kill the fucking Punisher right here, right now? Seriously? And I would have been pissed. And then you eventually see that not only was the Punisher caught, there's a scene where the cops, even Officer, Powell, is talking to him. Oh, we look up to you. It's an honor. We would love for you to join us and bullshit. And I love Frank's reaction of like, really? Fucking really? Like, fuck you. You don't know me. All this stuff. They beat the shit out of him. And then the next time we see Frank, he's in a fucking cage. Locked up, captured, prisoner with a bunch of other captured people. Seemingly people who weren't willing to go along with Fisk and his projects. We even see the swordsman there. So that's that was huge, especially seeing Frank there. I'm like, well, how the fuck is this about to go down? You get a scene where Kingpin hires Heather to be like the head of his mental health fucking department bullshit. I mean, obviously she doesn't know everything. She doesn't know how deep and how far that Kingpin is running here. I do think if she did know, she would not join him, but the fact is she joined him. And clearly her and Matt is gone. When she was in the hospital with Matt and Matt wakes up yelling out for Karen, oops, that's when you pretty much knew their relationship was dead and gone. But yeah, I have to admit, I'm trying to be diplomatic here as far as the Heather character goes because she doesn't know everything. But when she accepted Kingpin's offer, I did say, sitting here right now, I said, "Fuck you, Heather, Heather." I did. Um, and that's really it. You know, the episode ends with Daredevil saying he needs an army to go against Kingpin, and I got pretty fucking excited, thinking, "Are we about to reunite the Defenders?" You know, I mean, I don't want to get too presumptuous with this because we all we saw was Daredevil go to the Josie's bar, and it was a bunch of just people, and I thought maybe he was about to unmask and reveal himself to these people to sort of try to gain their trust. But we didn't see him unmask. So I don't really know. And I hope that's not the army he's talking about because it's filled with like fucking Cherry and then that other cop. And then, like, you know, it's like that's not your army. We need to see fucking Jessica Jones. We need to see Luke Cage. We need to see Misty Knight. We need to see Colleen Wing. I'm trying not to say Iron Fist, but fuck it. Fine. Fine. Bring back Iron Fist. God fucking damn it. Bring them all back. Because god damn it, would that do something in my heart, in my feels, to see those actors and those characters back. Oh, this was good. This was good. I was looking on Twitter and I saw some people say that it felt like more of a setup to season 2, so maybe they were a little disappointed. But I don't know how anybody could say anything bad about this or say that they were disappointed. I am so glad that Disney let them go as hard as they did, that Disney did not refrain them or restrain them or force their hand, because I think Disney and Marvel have had to go through some of the slumps that they've gone through with some of their Disney Plus shows and some of their movies to allow them to just fucking cook, to allow them to do what they did here. I don't know if we would have gotten a show this level 5 years ago. I mean, the proof is in the pudding that they initially wrote something and shot something that was not this, and they had to go back and redo it and retool it to probably make it this fucking hard. Because god damn it, we deserve it as fans. And we're all grown ass fucking adults. So stop with the cookie cutter, jokey joke, PG bullshit. You can do that with some things. But not everything has to be that, man. This was great. I can't wait to see where we go next. Also, Punisher did break out, or at least he broke the arm of poor Anthony there. I say Anthony, poor Anthony. Fuck him. He probably did something despicable as well. So Punisher is probably gone. Punisher probably escaped. We know that he's getting a special presentation feature at some point. I can't fucking wait to see that. Let me know in the comments below, what did you think of the season 1 finale? Did you like it as well? Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Later!